So if you have a few locations to kind of change and transition to, I think that'll improve your lifestyle. Okay. Let's get back to it. All right. And in regards to my lifestyle, back in the States, what I kind of decided to do was, let's just say you've got, a set amount of money that you use for your leisure as you're living in the States. Who's to say that you don't scale back a little bit of your leisure here in the States to create a little bit of funding for you to take some of those, kind of like, Central American 2-3 day, quick hop, overseas trips and things like that. So that's kind of what I do. What my kind of lifestyle is, for the most part, I used to go out a lot here in Tampa Bay area. I've kind of scaled that back. And now once a month, I take a 3 or a 4 day weekend and I go to either Medellin, I go to Rio, I go to San Juan, go to Cancun, different things like that. And that's pretty much my, ebb and flow essentially. All right. All right. The global dating strategy. I know this will be an explosive and exciting topic to discuss. But I'm going to make an entirely different episode in regards to the global dating strategy. But I kind of want to take a high level look on, what that means in regards to having a global dating strategy just in general, right? Let's examine a perspective of how globalization affects dating culture. All right. I can only provide a perspective from the male point of view, obviously, because I'm a guy. So bear with me on that one. This is my opinion, and I'm sure others will differ from my thoughts. But let's just kind of think about that for a minute. If you're a single person and you're living in Tampa Bay, Florida in general, if I'm correct, roughly 69% of the world's GDP is actually here in the United States. Now, isn't that crazy? That's a lot of wealth that's here in the United States. Now, that could be plus or minus, so I'll definitely fact check that one. Um, but let's just go with that for the time being. So, like I said, if I'm correct, roughly 69% of the world's GDP is concentrated in the United States, and I believe many dating dynamics globally are influenced by American standards because of the lifestyle content that we produce and publish on social media platforms. So think about it, right? You got some of the top-notch clubs, the best restaurants, the best, let's say in Vegas, poolside, atmospheres and environments. I think that the way we do things in the States, because there's so much wealth here, influences the way everybody does everything around the world. Right? I believe that if you're an American and you're open to adopting a global dating strategy, you have a competitive edge when it comes to finding love and romance. In recent years, many of us may not realize how globalization impacts our romantic lives. In my opinion, the US dating market and culture often centers around online representation, perceived status, and hierarchy. I would argue that your income, physical looks, charisma and personality, and some elements of stoicism or frame, as a man in particular, are a crucial factor that affect the quality of your romantic opportunities. I believe in America, if I'm being honest, I believe we have an overabundance of wealth, beauty, and social status influence, which creates an extremely competitive dating marketplace. It could be said that we suffer from an abundance of choice, which could lead to an inability to choose.